So our research, myself, Neve Murtagh and Alice Owen, our overarching aim was to understand building practitioners' experiences and perspectives on energy retrofit. And this is important because many of those are micro enterprise practitioners regularly working inside people's homes and together constitute 77% of the construction workforce. So we use the framework by Susan Michie, the capability, opportunity, motivation, leading to behaviour framework. And here I focus on capability, and particularly looking at existing capabilities of these practitioners. So we had 27 interviews, and we used thematic analysis to look at those. So we coded the transcripts of the interviews to different themes, and the prevalence rates on the right-hand side here are how many instances these themes occurred within the particular transcripts. So the high prevalence rates are over 20 interviews, and in particular knowing how the knowledge was considered very important to the practitioners. And I think this quote illustrates it quite well by Vinny. We've got a rule as a company: if we don't understand something, we don't do it until we understand it. And I think this is going to be key in accelerating retrofit at scale, that we need to provide opportunities to give practitioners trust and allow them to learn to deliver at scale what they need to do. And then in terms of accessing knowledge, two ways. One is by talking to people. It comes up in conversation over a cup of coffee. And the other is by pure chance. There's no formal way, and probably that would be a very good way for the industry. So here some practitioners worked around training they had for individual technologies led by manufacturers that popped up in building merchants, the suppliers of products. But there was no integrated learning that was available from the practitioner's perspective that could allow them to learn what they needed to learn to deliver retrofit. Many of them did work across trade boundaries, so they were quite good at thinking about the house as a system, but not necessarily in the way that they would need to deliver retrofit at scale. Another high prevalent theme was managing and coordinating people and resources. They were very good at managing their team, and these networks often stem back. They were often families, friends, very close groups, and they would trust these groups often over technical standards and regulations. So finding a way to enter that network with information is key. And they were also very keen to deliver good customer service and make sure that they met client expectations. So again, that comes back to the trust in the products. And each day there would be problems working out how to overcome challenges working with existing buildings. Every day was different. So again, that could lend itself quite well to upskilling in retrofit. So the implications of this and our recommendation to all stakeholders: if we can develop opportunities to develop capability through peer-to-peer on-site learning, perhaps via the intergenerational links, because often the older practitioners would train up the younger practitioners on site and use an experiential learning by doing. And this was really influential. So if we could accelerate that in every local area, that could be one way to upskill. And we must work and learn from existing practitioner capability. I think there's a mistrust from the practitioners because they think that the policies are developed and the standards are developed by people that don't work with buildings every day. And I think there is some truth in that. So maybe we need to find ways to better use their experience to inform what we recommend. And recognise the role that they play is key. I think they've often been forgotten in policy to deliver retrofit, and they are absolutely fundamental from our perspective. They develop their knowledge over generations. So again, take that into account. We can't just provide training in colleges. It has to be on site and working with that. And they will always minimise risk. So providing trust, confidence in the technologies that they will need to install to deliver retrofit is essential. And especially as many of them are already getting enough work, we need to find a way to make this easy and also to help them develop the understanding of the building as an integrated system and their role in that. So thank you. And yeah, I hope you read the full paper and look forward to questions and discussion.